KXPO, radio's most popular nighttime diastolic program, the Recent Rupture Radio Hour. I'm your host, Jose Lopez Feliu, here with my co-host, Roland Gomez. KXPO is Charlotte Breeze Radio. We broadcast tonight to you from a dark and sanctified folded crevice of East Los Angeles, from some other reality where maybe people got their shit together and decided to listen, to entertain all demons, to make deep their practice. In other words, this is what it might have been like had things been a little different in 1492, in 1999, and in 1841. As always, if we're doing our work right, by the end of the night, smoke just might be obscuring your vision. We're having some problems with the projection. That's okay.
What if you escaped?
Let's escape.
Oh, no, then it goes too tiny.
This is all behind the scenes. This is what it looks like. All right, that's good.
There we go. All right. Tonight, we are proud to present a special program in honor of Bill London and his famous muffler shop, El Pedorero, 4101 East Whittier Boulevard, master folk art installation that sadly closed this summer. The artistic legacy of Mento Bill London and El Pedorero is represented by a host of contemporary Chicano artists and East Side cultural venues that exist today and were talked about in earlier panels. Tonight, we're relating this legacy of the existential, timeless muffler shop to Antonio Villaraigosa, Oscar Zeta Acosta, and Erica Llanera, among the most influential artists of contemporary Los Angeles. Now that Pacific Standard Time has put LA on the world cultural map, according to the New York Times, LA is, quote, an art capital in the same league as New York, Berlin, and London. Antonio Villaraigosa is viewed by many as the foremost rising cultural icon, sharing a love of suspenders with the famous Bill London. As part of the Getty Foundation Daylight Savings Time art exhibits, four-term President Bionic Villaraigosa, the first Bionic Chicano President of the United States, 2018 to 2034, and his presidential party, along with a crowd of hundreds sporting festive colored balloons, descended today to unveil a 4-ton bronze bust of the president's famous smile at the corner of Eastern and City Terrace. In his remarks, President B. Villaraigosa spoke through his trademark shoulder apparatus, saying, "My success in life cannot be attributed only to dribs and drabs of democratic health reform, but to crucial innovations in smile reconstruction, Schwarzenegger injection, and genetic surgery. Even if global warming threatens the destruction of America and all it stands for, smile and all the world smiles with you." As William Shakespeare said, "The smiles of our children and our children's children live on forever in this statue. So what if their future had to be sacrificed? So what if Enron stole California's money in the 90s and Cal State LA had to be sold to China? Even if our children's children are to grow up stunted and impoverished, they'll be happy on the inside. I grew up in City Terrace, and the least I owe them is a smile in their hearts. The eternal smile that says, we are the 99%. With that, the Brown Prince #1 flashed his Cheshire cat grin that Republican critics were quick to allege is not natural and has been digitally enhanced. This allegation has been routinely denied by White House spokesperson Jean Kwan.
Of course, what we're really here to talk about, the real news of the day, is the closing of El Pedorero muffler shop. Since July 23rd, 1978, Bill London, he told me, astonished and hypnotized customers while repairing their mufflers. Every surface of El Pedorero muffler shop at 4101 Whittier Boulevard, all the walls, the concrete yard leading out onto the sidewalk itself, the fence and equipment or other stationary objects were painted alternating blue, yellow, and white stripes. These colors, Bill assured me, have metaphysical meanings and the capacity to affect one's health. Blue and yellow signify life and death. He said, white means happiness and black means sadness. Quote, for example, if your mother dies, you may choose not to go to the black, but go to the darkness instead. Bill explained to me in Spanish while attending to a customer, but I was too dazzled by the color patterns to follow his logic. Maybe I should have asked him what the psychedelic paint job had to do with muffler repair. But by then we were in his office, and Bill handed me a bullet, which I saw had a ring attached to it. I was not clear on what I was supposed to do with it, and stared at it for a little bit too long. It's a keychain, the customer, apparently an old regular, Bill said. If the outside of the building is festooned with strange implements that include a large wooden propeller inset with a clock as a centerpiece and garnished with 50 caliber machine gun cartridges along with other eccentric apparatuses, their intricate immobility manufactures an atmosphere of whimsical obsolescence, while inside the building and the office, garage bay, and museum off to the side, on interior walls, hanging from the ceiling and piled to overflowing on all sides are what Bill calls old-fashioned añorancias, memorabilia consisting of odd items of all sizes, invariably with a patina of old age, antiques and relics, toys of various kinds, but especially weaponry, statues of all types, surrounded by similar figures and toys, other souvenirs, knickknacks, and dolls, so as to give the impression that the statuary is part of an endless dusty spectrum of the human image contorted into a weird American empire of dusty fantasy and industrial decline, mixed as they are with all sorts of stopped clocks, broken or silent musical instruments, large and small swords, bayonets, replicas of guns, toy guns, maps and kitsch paintings, girly posters whose colors have completely faded, light fixtures, old telephones, fire alarm boxes along one wall, animal statues, stuffed animals, toy car replicas, scales, tools, a variety of pitchforks overhead, everything faded and dusty like bankrupt capitalist America, and collectively adding up to what you might expect to find in the ultimate muffler shop at the end of time.
We're going to miss Bill and his muffler shop from the end of time. We're going to have to go there and see it, along with our next artist, Oscar Zeta Costa, sitting in his chair with no bottom. One of the best-known authors to come out of the Chicano movement, Chicano by ancestry and brown buffalo by choice, Dr. Gonzo was given a race change operation by Hunter S. Thompson in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, wherein Hunter depicted Zeta Costa as a 300-pound Samoan, that description which is said to have pissed Zeta Costa off. In the movie version with Johnny Depp as Hunter Thompson and Puerto Rican actor Benicio del Toro plays Zeta Costa, nobody watched that movie because the book was better. In May '74, Zeta Costa's son Marco said that he was possibly the last person to hear from the artist alive, saying that he was in Mazatlan about to board a boat loaded to the gunnels with drugs and never to be seen again. However, in recent years, Liki Renteria, urban organic farmer and ace detective, followed promising local leads into Zeta Costa's disappearance. These leads include possible former 1970s era safe houses where allegedly Zeta Costa hides out with refugees from Cheech and Chong's next movie, or Sly and the Family Stone's Woodstock Band. Verification is sought for tips that place Zeta Costa in naked anarchist networks underground in Northeast LA. Likewise, unnamed informants report that reliable or strong sources have located Zeta Costa variously in a back apartment at 2923 North Broadway next to Pollos Chapalita, the Capital Provision Company in Lincoln Heights, or back apartments on Bree or Chicago streets off Boyle. We have conducted secret raids disguised as Jehovah's Witnesses, knocking on doors, rounding up astonishing files of evidence we are prepared to release at a later date. Meanwhile, combing through 4 linear feet, 8 boxes of the Oscar Zeta Costa papers at UC Santa Barbara, we located his personal collection of fortunes, from fortune cookies from every Chinese restaurant he visited in 1974. And in that spirit, we offer them here.
You will soon receive an unexpected gift.
Honesty is the best policy.
Someone is succumbing to your many charms.
Travel to distant lands is in your future.
Blue and yellow are your best colors.
It's always darker before the dawn.
You will surface into Pica, Kansas.
I don't want to work in a meat factory, do you?
Your fortunes are changing.
Tomorrow will be your lucky day.
Another remarkable person in the contemporary art scene is founder and editor of Filth Saints Manifestos and Belongs, and leader of the East Los Angeles Balloon Club, Erica Llanera. Erica Llanera was born in Los Angeles, California in 1944. In 1963, she left LA and moved to an outpost in the Sonoran Desert, run by followers of Carlos Castaneda's Elemental Tensegrity cult. In 1969, after returning to LA, Erica Llanera resurrected East Los Angeles dirigible transit lines by launching a homemade geodesic balloon from an old anchoring point in the community of City Terrace. Renaming it East LA Balloon Tours, she began to offer a limited route to and from Cal State LA from another anchor point in the community of El Sereno. Llanera was also founder and editor of Filth Saints Manifestos Belongs. The magazine covered a diverse range of topics within the field of entheogenic physics, urban design, and prophecy. It was also designed as an echo of the revolutionary events of 1968, a kind of delayed echo and elaboration of some of the policies put forth by the student revolutionaries those years ago. The magazine unfortunately folded in 1989 after a joint FBI LA County Sheriff's raid on her house in El Sereno caused a fire which destroyed all of her papers and records. Maria Jolina Villalobos appears in records just 2 years later. Her lasting contribution is her codex, now named the Codex Jolineas. The codex, written between 1996 and 98, appears to be a consolidation of decades of research by Villalobos into the esoteric knowledge base of hidden societies in LA. Those close to Villalobos noted that she saw herself as an animal. Shortly after finishing the codex, Villalobos was arrested and upon release abandoned the Jolina identity and project. We wanted to do a little talking about the spaces that exist in LA, and just keep looking at that.
The secrets will be revealed the longer you look at that.
Right, just keep looking. All right, so what's this place, Sesshu? Swirling, I'm sorry, what's this place swirling?
Tropico de Nopal. I think this is where the LA sheriffs and the SWAT team broke in looking for Carlos Montes. I think that was like last month.
I think you might be right, but it's also an art gallery and music venue. And countless artists have shown there. I think I counted how many artists that were in the Phantom Sighting show actually showed at Tropico de Nopal throughout the years. And
what was the percentage?
I think it was about 100%. 120. Yeah, it was very close to that.
Okay, that sounds like a scientific percentage.
It is, yes.
This is a scientific apparatus in the middle of a very scientific discussion at Tropico de Nopal.
Right, metaphysical scientific studies.
Is this the current residence of Carlos Montes?
It's where he operates the lemonade stand that the FBI asked about. What is this session?
I think that this is a collectively run gallery in on First in Boyle Heights called Corazón del Pueblo. Abel Salas initiated this project, and I think still runs Brooklyn and Boyle publication out of this location, next to 0101, a theater group, and that I wandered into by mistake when I was looking for this place. And so I watched one of their plays. It was really good.
And this is, correct me if I'm wrong.
This is Carlos Montes. That guy.
The percussionist. Right. Little known fact. Little known fact that Carlos Montes actually was the drummer for the Doors. This is actually East Side Love. It's a wine and cheese gastro bar in East LA. And actually, Ruben Funko Waddle Guevara is.
He was like the founder of the Brown Beret.
Right, exactly, and very funky, very funky. This is another.
This is a photograph.
This is what it looks like after 3 hours inside.
I think this is that Kathy Gallego's art?
It is Kathy Gallego's art. This is Avenue 50 Studio, and it's been around for a very long time. And I actually spend a lot of time at Franklin High School, which is the public high school that serves the community that Avenue 50 Studio is in. And I talk to kids all the time through a mural project that we're working on there. And a lot of them have gone through Avenue 50 Studio and taken classes with artists or been to events, and what they always tell me is that they can't believe it's free, they can't believe it's still there, because it's always there, it's always having events, and it's a great thing for them. It's a gallery that they can walk to, and a gallery where they can see some incredible artwork by incredible artists.
I read at a 12-hour marathon poetry reading benefit for Avenue 50 Gallery one time. I think I went on around 11:45 p.m. I think like one person in this audience was there.
We are going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with questions, phone calls, questions from the audience.
Thanks to John and Pilar and everybody for producing this series of immaculate and amazing events.
Thank you. We're going to take a few questions, or if anybody wants to. Operators are standing by. If anybody wants to call and let us know what any of this means, you can go ahead, feel free to let us know what any of this means. Yes, Mike from Los Angeles?
Far East Side. It seems like anachronism has something to do with what this means, or archaism, and what does that have to do with imagining other futures?
You were supposed to answer that one.
Right, yeah, we were asking for answers, actually. This was a Bill London special, you know?
The answer part was blank.
Yeah, right.
Anachronism and archaism.
Or dirigibles and radios.
Dirigibles and radio. They represent the future.
Right.
How's that?
Well, it was a time when things where projects were undertaken that were large scale and were done for the public good, or that was the premise, you know. And so we wanted to combine this. There was something that we looked at in the 1930s in the 30s, 40s, and I guess that seemed to be
in our heyday. That was our heyday.
That was our heyday. So that was one of the things. But yes.
That was when we were in our prime.
What's the name of the song? O corrido, whatever it was.
That's from on our holy CD. I can make you a copy. It's I forget. I think it's I forget what the orchestra's called.
Was UCLA digitalizing our Hooli's catalog and putting it out for free?
I think they were supposed to be doing that, but yeah.
Did that happen?
I don't think it happened, but I heard
that was a
about
lie.
it. Yeah. I don't think it ever happened.
Could have happened.
It could have, yes.
In our world, it happened.
Rita from Los Angeles?
What happened to Bill London's suspenders?
Bill London's suspenders, that's under investigation. We're trying to look for them. You can find bootleg versions online, though, if you just Google image suspenders/yardstick.
They're on order.
Yeah.
But definitely, Bill London, you notice, was wearing those yardstick suspenders.
Original. Yeah.
They're original?
Yeah, I don't think they make them.
I want to.
Well, thank you again. Thank you very much. And I think, Sean, you were going to provide everyone with a shot of tequila before we
Well, thank you, Arturo and Sesshu, for a wonderful ending to a very exciting day of presentations. Our most academic talk we save for the end. And an answer to the question where you can find Carlos Montes, he's on the Chicano Studies Research Center website where you can hear Frontera, our Huli recordings.
So did they really digitalize that?
We did digitalize them. They've been digitated, about 40,000 of them. I would like to point out that the galleries will remain open until 6 p.m. so that you can get a full dose of art. And the white wine has fully chilled, as has the outdoor temperature. And so if you'll join us outside the auditorium for a reception and also have another chance to see the artwork. Upstairs. Oh, the reception is upstairs. In the courtyard, across from the gallery. And there is one shot of tequila up there.